Hey everybody, it's Thomas with Get Out Arizona, and you are watching another great episode of Garage Talk. Now, today, my friends, we are going to talk about ecosystem. I think going into 2026, it's very important. It's right around the corner. I see a lot of content creators, and God bless them, love them to death, talking about what's in their pack, which we will do for 2026. And a lot of them are like, hey, this is my EDC, but they actually don't carry it every day. Um, and so they have a lot of items, a lot of links down below, and everything like that. So I wanted to, before we talked about my EDC, preface it about ecosystem. Now, I shoot Sony cameras professionally, all right? Couple FX3s. I have an Alpha 1 Mark II. I'm getting ready to order an A9 Mark III, and I've upgraded those. I started out way back when with the A7R2, A7R3s, the Alpha 1, etc., just kind of working up the chain. And I have a ton of E-mount glass, and it makes sense. Now, the reason I started the Sony ecosystem way back when was because they were the only full-frame mirrorless camera at that time. Canon and Nikon were still manufacturing DSLRs and have not made their first full-frame mirrorless camera, which didn't happen until 2019, if memory serves correctly. I'll put it down there below. Now, there's no reason for me to change from Sony. I love Sony cameras, the FX3 for all my video, commercial video stuff. Although I have been using, which I'm recording on the iPhone right now, a ton lately, the 17 Pro Max. It's so much easier to record with the iPhone these days than ever before. And as far as professional photography goes, I have the two Sony cameras. And I've always had 2 to 3 Sony cameras in my kit as far as for still photography, which have also been hybrid mirrorless cameras to shoot video as well. Now, why? One, the settings are all the same, color's gonna match up for photo, video, everything. It's just seamless integration. And it's nice when I go out on a job, I'm not fumbling around, nothing has its own personality, it just all works seamlessly together, which is great. Now, what I shoot professionally and what I shoot for myself personally are two different things, and we'll talk about that in another video. So now, going into 2026, where content creation, the means of content creation has never been easier, I wanted to talk about my ecosystem that I am choosing for 2026. And to preface that, I have been shooting the Insta360 camera from the X2, 3, 4, and now 5, okay? I've never owned an Insta360 action camera though. It's always been that for 360. Now with DJI, I have the mic adapter for Sony. I use the mic 3s, okay? They work amazingly well. In my opinion, better than Rode. I know some people might argue that because the 3s did away with the jack, so we can't necessarily insert a lav microphone. Conversation for another day. I've been using the Pocket 3 since the end of last year when it first came out. Love this thing. Little rig I've built with a Tilta, so when I'm using it, I got my iPhone here. I can use it as a monitor and a screen. Man, this thing was a game changer for the trail and just for vlogs and being out in general. Now, this is the Mavic Mini 5 Pro. I started using DJI drones with the Mavic Mini 3 Pro. I do have a Ronin gimbal that I'm learning how to use, a full-size Ronin gimbal that I'm learning how to use, and I have the RS4 mini gimbal that I use, with the phone, okay? And so I've already done a lot with DJI, and I will continue to use a lot with the DJI. Now, as you can see, I have added the Nano, which you guys will be talking about in subsequent videos. I got the macro lens. I'm hoping to do some cool stuff with the slider on that out on the trail. I've got the Action 6. Now, I'm excited about the Action 6. This is gonna be my helmet cam for motorcycling. The Cryos Pro, just kind of, I know, it's kind of all over the place, but there's a reason for this. Now, I can record in square resolution, and so I can use this footage for YouTube or YouTube Shorts, Instagram, Reels, TikTok, Facebook, you name it. So I have this, and I'm gonna go ahead and go in all in with DJI, and I got their Osmo 360. Now, from what I hear and the footage I've seen and stuff like that, the Osmo 360 is awesome. And it's right on par with the Insta360 X5. So I don't feel I'm going to lose any quality with this. Now, that being said, and adding these new pieces to the arsenal, okay, as far as the ecosystem goes, um, why? Number one, again, it's the cohesion. So Apple, iPhone, iPad, MacBook Pro, uh, uh, Mac Studio that I just got, everything works together. It communicates together. I can AirDrop, I can iMessage, I could do this or do that. Man, the synchronicity is astounding. So now with the DJI, especially with all their new stuff, the Pocket 3, I can wirelessly connect the mic 3s. And I have another set of mic 3s. I'm using it now, obviously. This is going to be the outdoor set. This set's going to be the indoor set. So this set will be hooked to all of these specifically. But that's nice. I don't have to use the receiver. I could just use the transmitters. And I can use two in case I got someone going along with me. And now I can use this for audio on my mountain bike rides as well, get a little bit cleaner audio. So there's that. Super easy to do. No additional hooks, cages, or anything like that. It's just going to work, which I'm happy about. For whatever reason, something happens to one of these, I could just buy it from DJI, individually, not an issue. And God, I forgot the little tchotchke piece, okay? That to hook in the bottom of the phone and use one of these on just the gimbal, the DJI gimbal, not the RS4 Mini, but the Osmo 8 or whatever. Dude, super lightweight, high speed, low drag. And now I have a gimbal that'll track, that I can use the AI ham functions and everything with good clean audio. And I can use that in the Blackmagic camera app, which I'm using now. So again, just from the audio standpoint and how everything hooks up and just works. I turn this on, boom, it syncs. Turn the Osmo Action on or the 360 camera, anything like that, boom, it syncs. And I can even sync it to the Nano, which again is great, super convenient. Now, when we talk about video and video quality, well, we can record in D-Log, which is nice. And the fact that it doesn't matter if I'm hiking and I'm using the Pocket 3, okay, and I'm flying overhead with the DJI Mavic Mini 5 Pro or the Neo 2, which I have on order to track me on the mountain bike. I know, guys, seriously. I'm all in with DJI. Full disclosure, I work at Photo Forum, obviously part-time. Most of you guys who've been following me know that and everything like that. We do sell DJI products, but DJI is not sponsoring this video. All this stuff I paid for myself. It would be nice to get a little DJI sponsorship, but I know it's never going to happen. My channel's not nearly big enough, so all this stuff I paid for myself. That being said, go back to D-Log. I can record and set everything up in D-Log, which means in post, I can color grade, I can use a LUT, I can use a color transform, and all that footage is going to match up seamlessly. Again, that's part of the ecosystem, okay? And I couldn't be happier with that. I don't have to futz around with trying to do a color transform and then do another color transform to get it to match up, or just deal with the fact that the footage is not going to match. Let's face it, there's only so much you can do, pushing around in post-production, whether you're using DaVinci or Premiere or Final Cut, whatever. I use DaVinci. So yes, so in the editing process, the post-production process, this cohesion, the synchronicity makes it a lot easier because I can record everything in D-Log, which is just great. Firmware updates, everything goes. Oh my gosh, there was a firmware update for the Nano 2 and the app for the Apple Watch. Now I can control it from the Apple Watch. Again, it just continues to grow and spiral out. Now you might be going, Thomas, DJI is getting ready to get banned from the United States. Well, it's not Christmas Eve yet. I'm hoping for a Christmas miracle. And it's not DJI being banned from the United States. It's a ban on their drones. The drones I have, I could still fly. So I'm not really worried about that. And let's face it, if we want a product, we're going to get a product. I'm not condoning anything. I'm just saying, all right? Drugs are illegal, yet plenty of people still do them. So use that as that analogy. Although DJI is not an illicit, illegal drug. I'm just saying, If you want it bad enough, you're going to find a way to get it. And there's plenty of people importing this stuff. So I'm not really worried about it as far as that goes. So am I all in with DJI like I am with Sony? Absolutely. Do I have any regrets? No. There's been some growing pains. And like any company, they are going to go through those growing pains. But I can say, in all the years of using DJI, I guess it'd be 5 years now, 4 years now with the Mavic Mini 3 Pro. And the first Osmo action camera that I purchased when it went to that square camera style, leaps and bounds, my friends. They've made improvements. They've listened to their customer base. They've pulled off some pretty amazing things. And now where they're at makes me excited for the future of DJI. Now, I'm not going to poop on Insta360. I think they have an incredible ecosystem, especially with the anti-gravity drone that just came out. I'm waiting for the Avata 360 to be announced, okay? But that thing's freaking cool. $2,000 worth of cool, but it's freaking cool. And people are using the hell out of that thing. The X5, brilliant camera. I would say they're going to announce the X6 at NAB like they did the X5 last year and the X4 before that. They're action cameras, okay? Was it the Ace Pro or something like that? Man, you got the option with the 1-inch sensor. It's made by Leica. They got all kinds of accessories for it and everything like that. So Insta360 has an amazing ecosystem on their own. And they add accessories, and they're constantly improving that with firmware updates, hardware updates, all kinds of good stuff. DJI is my choice, though, okay? You need to choose what works best for you and your workflow, not anybody else's, okay? I want to be crystal clear. Sometimes we watch influencers and we get wrapped up on what they're doing and yeah, I'm going to get all that stuff. And then we realize, oh, it doesn't work with my workflow and I'm kind of screwed. I got to return this stuff. God bless Amazon for that. So get what makes sense to you and what works for your workflow and your workflow alone. And that's all you have to worry about. I'm just letting you know what I'm using, what I have been using, and what I will continue to use moving forward. And why I'm all in with DJI. I haven't had any issues. I haven't had any customer service issues. The one time I had an issue, I crashed my drone. That was on me. I had the DJI Refresh Care Plan. Made contact with them, sent it in, and I think it was like 7 days, 10 days or something like that. I had a brand new drone. No muss, no fuss. So, that being said, I got no complaints. Your mileage may vary. I'm not omnipresent. I don't know everything that's going on. I can tell you whenever I've met the guys and gals from DJI, the brand ambassadors, stuff like that, they've all been pleasant people. I've learned a lot from those guys and gals, as I have from a lot of the other reps that I've met too for the different manufacturers and brands I work with. So, all right, guys, before I drag this on any longer, I want to say thank you. If you have any questions about what I've talked about today, feel free to comment down below and let me know what you're using. Everybody has a different ecosystem. I don't care if you say, hey, Thomas, I use Canon cameras and I just got the C, or the Canon, what is that, the C50? Dude, that thing is awesome. We just got one in the camera shop. Was playing with it last week. Man, that thing is sweet. The R6 Mark II. I use Fuji. I use this. Just let me know, guys. It's fun. We're all different. And we're all a community that is built on differences, okay? See how that works? And if anybody, this is my favorite coffee cup. You guys see me drink out of this before in the videos. I'm actually looking for one. Judy Hopps from Zootopia. I know. I have an unhealthy crush on her. Has to hold 24 ounces. Has to be pretty cool. Not some chintzy one that you would get like at McDonald's or something like that. So, all right, guys, enough. Like, subscribe, bell notification icon. It helps out the channel and it helps out the video. God bless you if you've made it this far. It's the trifecta we love so much here at Get Out Arizona, okay? Now, down below, we're going to have a bunch of links. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. It's our social media. It's the devil's work, but still, we need them. Gets the word out for Get Out Arizona. And if you want to keep up on the day-to-day events, our group hikes, our group rides, that's where you're going to find all that information, my friends. So follow us there, show us some love, and come out and hang out. Seriously, I always say, it's always fun, but it'd be more fun if you guys were out there too. So Amazon is going to be the only affiliate. Well, no, it's not only affiliate link. I'm going to have links for all this other stuff. But the Amazon link, okay, to our store is an affiliate link. If you follow that link, you don't have to buy anything from our store. However, if you make a qualifying purchase, we receive a small commission, which helps out with coffee money, gas money, and park pass money, the other trifecta we love so much here at Get Out Arizona. And you don't get charged anything extra. So it's a win-win as far as I'm concerned. So, all right, my friends, on that note, I love you guys to death. Seriously. And what do we say at this point? Be kind to yourself and others. Be amazing stewards out on that trail. And I have to ask, what are you waiting for? Get Out Arizona. My friends, I love you to death, and we'll see you on that next adventure. Take care, everybody.